microculture, or
Yes.
you didn't in New York?
Yes, I was a big part of my life was the Nigerian microculture in the US. Yes.
Is there any way for you to make your something
louder?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. All right. I think it's better now.
Okay.
Good. It's good now. Yes, go ahead. So did you go in the Nigerian microculture, or you didn't? You were not exposed to in Nigerian culture when you were in the US?
Oh yes, I was.
Okay. Tell me about that place.
At that time my dad was a DJ, so Nigerians love to party.
Oh yeah.
All night party was a big part of our lives.
So your dad was not born again?
At that time, no.
Okay.
At that time, he wasn't. So going from 9 to 5 in the morning, just partying, dancing, that was just a big part of our lives. I remember that very well, the parties.
And,
a lot of parties.
But at what point did they take the decision to send you back to Nigeria? After they became church people, or before that?
No, this was before they became church people, before they started going to church. They sent me to Nigeria before then. That was cultural on their own part. They saw a need for me to have the cultural value, so they sent me back. I mean, they sent me to my roots. Yeah.
And
so.
but then that is a huge advantage over the African Americans, because I have a lot of African American friends, and whenever I talk to them, even those who are 60 years old, 65 years old, my age mate, 50 years old, 55 years old, they still look at you as with some kind of envy that at least you got to get back to Nigeria. You got to cut somebody somewhere home.
Yeah,
and you actually went there to reconnect. You actually knows what it means.
Right.
And some of them in the US that I know, they would like to do that, but they cannot cut themselves from the US system because of all the Uncle Sam system.
Yes, it's hard. Yes.
So how do you assess that? Do you now think it's an advantage what your parents did, or you still don't?
Yes. Oh, yes. There was a lot of advantages to it. Yes. It made me humble. It humbled me. It taught me a lot of values: respect for your elders, community, hardship. What it means to be persistent in hardship. It taught me all those things. I learned the language. I can understand it. I can speak it intermediately. So.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You picked it up in 4 years?
Yes, in 4 years I picked it up.
Wow, how did that happen?
Well, I was in the village.
No.
Yes, in the village part.
Your parents are very bold, though.
Yes. At that time, their Nigerian friends thought they were crazy by doing that. But when I came back, they too started sending their kids to Nigeria when they saw their fruits. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I know one family that sent their son to Nigeria as well. And the guy, after spending 2 years in Nigeria, he was begging the parents and said, "Just take me back. I want to resume my basketball class. I will be good kid. I will do everything you want. I will be, in fact, I will be the best kid in America. I will study well. I will go to higher college, but just get me back to America. But I will never disappoint you again. I will never let you down, but just get me." And that's what the parents did. And the parents said we couldn't recognize him anymore.
Yes. Completely changed. Yes.
Do you think did your parents repeat that experiment with any of your siblings?
Oh yes, my younger sister went and my younger brother went. So they repeated it. And
did they play out well with your siblings as well?
It played out well with them too. they also adapted the culture, cultural values, cultural norms. I'm still better with the language, but they picked up the cultural aspect too as well.
I'm more concerned about the discipline aspect.
Oh, the discipline, yes, the discipline. They picked up the discipline was there. You know, because you can't curse out your elders in Nigeria.
Yeah.
The whole community will put you under subjugation. They will subdue you. They will put you in check. Yeah. So that's the way it goes.
So when you came to America, then you have to go and take the exams to go to college.
Yes, when I came to America, I did 2 years of high school, and then after 2 years of high school, I graduated. Then I found myself in college, community college, from community college to college, and
were you really changed at this time?
Yes, I was changed because I saw the value in education. You know, Nigerians really value education. It's one of the very good attribute of Nigerians. They value education. So I really valued education. And school was important to me.
Oh yeah.
So that's
it actually became your value, not because your parents said you should do it.
No, yeah, it became my value because prior to then I wasn't really doing well in school at all. I wasn't doing well in school. I used to read, but I didn't really see I guess I was just a child. I didn't really see any big deal in reading my school books, but when I came back, the value of education, you know, yes, I picked up that value.
So most people you grew up with in the neighborhood in New York will probably be surprised at the seriousness that you began to pay to education and to life.
Yes. Because some of them, I left them when I was a kid, and I came back, and they saw a lot of difference. And this is like, wow, you've changed. I'm like, yeah, I have, you know. And in my community, people don't graduate from high school even.
No.
It's very, yes.
Even
people
from high school?
Yeah, from high school, yeah. It's very, in fact, my school closed down.
No.
The school I went to, yes. Yeah. It's not common. People do, but it's not. The percentage is high. The percentage of people that graduate compared to the percentage.
God actually just somehow supernaturally delivered you.
Yes, He did.
Through your parents.
Through my parents, yes.
And this is the black community, definitely.
Yes, black Latino community, yes.
In New York.
In New York, yes.
So you were able to go to college, then what did you do afterwards?
After college, I also went to graduate school as well. And I had some part-time jobs on the way. And just a lot of moving around, trying to find my place. And it led me here to Japan. This is why I'm here.
Yeah, because that is a big time to think out of the box. I know that white Americans can do that to try to want to live overseas. But most black Americans, they don't ever do that. Maybe only the military could force them to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that your exposure to Nigeria might have helped you to want to explore something outside of the US.
Yes. I believe I can trace it back to that.
What was your motivation to be looking for a job outside the US?
Well, I was also going through some frustrations over here too. I was trying to find a job, and the economy was not that good at the time.
In New York.
But in New York. But also, I was just tired of the normal, you know, at a point in time, I got frustrated with New York. Like, I didn't want to live in New York. I just wanted to explore, you know. I guess I'm the type of person that just likes new things. I always like venturing into something new, something unusual. I don't like doing what everybody else does. So that's what led to me searching overseas, looking for a job. And that's what led me here at the end of the day.
To Japan?
To Japan, yes.
How long have you been in Japan?
I'm going on my 3rd year in March. This will be my third. So 2 years, 10 months.
In what city?
Right now, I live in Isehara. It's a small town, an hour away from Tokyo.
Okay, okay. They have a few of those suburbs towns around Tokyo.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been to Japan maybe a few times, maybe 2 times or 1 time, I don't remember now. And do you know any Nigerian pastor in Tokyo?
No.
Okay. Okay. Do you know any African American church in Tokyo area?
I've heard of one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Okay.
I've never visited, but I've seen it on Facebook.
Okay.
And but I've never been there.
All right. Now, what about are you married?
No, not married, single.
So you are a young man.
Yeah.
So when you are thinking of marriage, is your visit to Nigeria going to influence you to want to marry a Nigerian lady, or you don't really care? You just want to.
Yeah, I've had a long discussion like this with my parents, but I'm open. Mine is more about do I see myself building a life with this person and values. So I'm open to non-Nigerians, and she doesn't have to be Nigerian. Okay. In fact, sometimes I like it because I feel sometimes when you just have one culture, you just get one perspective, mm-hmm. and it's good to have different perspective. But that's just me, you know. I don't really know how it's going to play out.
But when you are talking about marriage, that is more than perspective, my brother.
Yeah, I know. There's culture involved.
No, not just culture. Yeah. When you are talking about life, perspective is good.
Yeah.
But when you are talking about marriage, that's a little bit more than perspective.
Yeah. That
is talking about. Yeah, that is talking about you both gluing together.
Yeah.
And then that's going to reflect on your what do I call
on our children.
Children, yeah, on your generation, on your whole generation.
Yeah.
Not just on your children.
Yeah.
Not just on your children, but on your old descendants.
Old descendants, the whole line, yeah.
Okay, whole lineage. And then if your lineage is going to be something like mine, Adelaja.
Yes.
And then, Adelaja, and you are finding this looking brown, like a Chinese, Adelaja.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then when it is Adelaja and it's looking more like white, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So how are you going to justify that?
A white guy with a white man with the name Taiwo. How do you explain that?
How do you explain that? Yeah.
Yeah. How do you explain that?
So when it comes to when I was about to marry, I think you have something on there, right? So that is, I'm hearing the echo of my voice. Is it on? Anything? I think it might be from my people here. Anyway, when I was about to marry, before I decided on who to marry, because I was living in Russia. I was living in the former Soviet Union, and no blacks here. There were no black African women here, almost. Very few. Let's say if you had 1,000 men, African men, maybe let's say 100. If you have 100 African men, you probably had let's say if we have 1,000 African men, 1,000. You probably had 100 women. So they are too few, just too few for all of us. So I was not even thinking of African women at all. I was just thinking of, because I was living among white people all the time. So that was the only thing I knew. I was not even seeing any black girl around me at all. But then something happened to me. I had an encounter with a man of God, pretty famous in his time. And maybe you've heard about him. They call him Benson Idahosa.
Oh, yeah.
Benson Idahosa, okay. By the way, he has a church in Tokyo as well. I mean, his denomination. So anyway, Benson Idahosa, I decided I was interpreting for him. I was translating for him here in Kiev. He came to Kiev. So, and then it was about the time that I was really thinking of who to marry. I had all these ladies all around me. They were all interesting, but all of them were white. Out of about 5 or ladies that that were all looking at my side, or I was looking their side. None of them was black. Then then Bishop Idahosa came and put some cold water in my fire like that. Because I just decided to ask him, because I saw so much wisdom in him. And I wanted to ask him that what do you think? I'm about to marry, I'm finishing college, I finished my university, I finished my university already, and I was working and I was thinking of settling down. I said, what do you think? I want to marry. And he said, before I even explained anything to him, he said, just don't marry a white. I said, in my heart, I said, this is a racist remark. And then the wife saw my face, the wife was with him. And the wife saw my face, and the wife was touching it, pinching him and said, stop, don't talk like that. In public. But in the house, nobody controls it. No. Nobody controls it. It was too strong for anybody to control him. He kept on saying the same thing, and I was recording it. He didn't care. So he said, don't marry a white person. I said, but who are you, by the way, to even tell me not to marry a white person? You are not the Holy Ghost. I was saying that in my heart. But because I respected him so much, I just wanted to hear his opinion. So he started proving it to me why I shouldn't. He said, one of the points he made is, when you marry, you are a Delaja, then you're just like the same reason he told me he will never get a passport, UK passport or US passport. Because in Daosa, I could be US, but they will still be looking at you suspicious. But this is Nigerian. That's what the God has made me. Then he said he went to Korea. And that when he went to Korea, Koreans don't marry blacks too much. And they don't marry foreigners too much. All of them, And he just started telling me a lot of things that he didn't convince me that particular time. But it made me to think about it. If before I was just I was ready to just go on like that. But it made me to think about it. And now, after I'm married, and God helped me, I married a Yoruba lady, a Nigerian lady. And, right now, looking back, I'm so grateful that God used Idahosa to make me to think about it. It's not about color, but the difference in culture. Because for example, you are raised in New York. For you could marry somebody else that is having a similar, raised in the West. So you are raised in the West. Somebody that is having Western value might be okay for you. But for me, I was raised in Africa. And that value system is totally different. So that is a challenge right there. Now, the second challenge is the fact that, you need to think down the line. If I had a white wife, I'm not sure it would have been easy for me to go back to resettle back in Africa right now. I don't think it would have been. It would have been more difficult. Because I would be thinking of the logistics and things like that. Maybe I would have done it, but I would, And then I have my siblings my brother married a Russian, and another brother married English lady. And my sisters, the ones who are English, Nigerian English, they still struggle with their identity to today. Because when they were in Nigeria, they were calling them Oyibo. But now that they are back in the UK, they are calling them blacks. So they are totally confused. If these people I'm talking about are close to 50 years old. But because their mom and dad never thought about that, they never knew they would struggle with it. They never knew it could affect their children. And so bad. Now, let me tell you another example. I saw a picture of that when I went to South Africa. In South Africa, there are some people they call colored. Yeah. Colored. Now, they don't belong to the blacks, they don't belong to the whites.
Okay, I know that group.
Ooh, and they are the most frustrated people in South Africa today.
I know that group.
But this is reaping the fruits of decisions that were taken 500 years ago, 200, 300 years ago. And the people who took that decision, they are long gone. And they don't know that their descendants are still struggling with it today. In fact, so, you know, I'm okay. I've never even spoken to my children about this. I never spoke. Thank God Perez is here. He's hearing for the first time. I don't really care. Anybody I marry, I don't really care. But, you know, and I'm an international person. You know, our church is 99% white, metropolitan, intercultural. But these are just decisions, things that you get to learn the more you grow in life, and a lot of complications. For example, I have a lot of friends who are married to Europeans or Asians. Okay, for example, another one of my friends married a Mexican lady. I mean, it's a huge logistic problem to buy tickets, to first of all go to see the parents in Mexico, and then buy tickets in the next summer to go to Africa to see our parents or his parents, and then it's just all messed up. And then what language to speak? Then they decided to move to Mexico. Now the children only speak Spanish. And he's Okonko.
His name is Okonko.
Okonko, yes.
Oh, wow.
And his children are Okonko. And they don't speak English. And they only speak Spanish. And they don't look Nigerian. It's all a mess. And they cannot even they cannot even get back to Nigeria. They go back to Nigeria, to the village, and the parents and the relatives, everybody is crying and weeping. What is this? You cannot even communicate. So these are things that, you know, they are not very convenient. They are not very easy. These are not easy topics to raise. But
yeah, it's very
it's very sensitive. Very sensitive issues. I mean, it's easy for you to be accused of being a racist if you raise that topic. It's easy for you to be accused of, you know, why should you even talk about that? Every people are people. Yes. But if you really want to face reality about life, if you really want to face reality about life and think about it and the consequences of your actions, then you better think ahead. You better think ahead. I have a friend of mine. That's why I was asking if you have, if you know a pastor, any Nigerian pastor in Tokyo. I have a friend there who is married to a Japanese lady.
Yeah.
He can't go back to Nigeria. Not that he can't go back, but, you know, you think about it.
I think with those people, they don't have conversations. Like, they just, I think it's like...
They're not that they don't have conversations. They never thought about it before.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they don't have like, conversations.
That's why I'm thanking God for the Dawosa now. Because they never thought about it ahead of time. They thought it won't be a problem. It's not a big deal. We love ourselves. We love each other. Let's go for it. That's what people think. And, you know, he has children in Japan. As a matter of fact, he has to change his last name now because Adesoya, the Japanese cannot even pronounce that Adesoya in the first place. So he has to change his name to Kyoto. So how will he go to Nigeria to say now all my children? Because the children, they cannot even know their names. And, you know, for them to, and Japan, you need to fit in somehow. So Kyoto is the closest to the one that could shoot for himself.
Kyoto sounds very common.
Yeah. So it's a common thing, and then the children are more comfortable with it. So how will you take those children home? First of all, they look Japanese, and then they are Kyoto, and then no Adesoya again. You know, and he's getting ready to die because he's over 50. They don't even remember where Africa was anyway, where Africa used to be. You know, those are the complex issues that we would not like to face, that we would not like to talk about. But really that, you know what? life, you know, life teaches us, and other people's experiences should teach us as well. I have another friend of mine that married a Malaysian, and with his family, they were growing up in that area. I mean, they had to move to the US right now because, I mean, it's a bit difficult in that culture for you to be half caste and black. Right now, you have a Miss Japan that is black, I think, or half caste, and they are even laughing at her. Do you know about this?
Who did she win a beauty pageant? Is that the same?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Even though she's Miss Japan, but the whole country is just laughing, and they are not even thinking that she's a Japan. They are calling her black, even though the mom is Japanese. Those are real issues. Those are real issues that we need to talk about. Well, sorry that I don't know how we went to this topic. maybe BJ could explain to me why. BJ, what's happening? Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. I've been pondering that for a long time. I said to myself that if I come across, that is like we're gonna have to. Before it was like, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna marry whomever I want. But now this was just a process over time. I was like, okay, now it's time. If I do, we're gonna have lengthy discussions.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more of culture. Culture influences the way we see life.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a tendency for it to be, you know, if there's no discussion, there's a tendency for clashes to happen. So we're just going to have a very, 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 very long discussion.
Like for example, I had a friend of mine was here just last month. Maybe he's watching us right now, actually in the UK. He married a German lady. And they were doing well. They were doing okay. They had 2 kids, and they were doing okay. But this man is a Nigerian, and you know what? He had the plan of moving back to Africa for good. And for a Nigerian girl, for a German girl, that all she had ever known is Germany, moving to Africa. It's like uprooting her. I mean, you didn't marry her and move there immediately. I mean, you married her, you are living here for another 20 years. And now you want to move in her old age? You know what happened? She just divorced. Divorced. So, and he had to start his whole life again at 50. So it's a challenge. So this time, like you said, you are right. People really need to think this thing through and then talk it through. But especially thinking it through first. When I talk like this, people might think, oh, wow, Pastor Sunday, no. No, believe me, I'm not a racist. But I even wrote a book against racism. It's called The Danger of Monoculturalism. The Danger of Monoculturalism. So I'm not a racist. I wrote another book promoting diversity that is called The Law of Difference. So I'm not a racist. But when it comes to marriage, even people from the same culture struggle. Talk less of people from opposite cultures. You are having an additional weight upon yourselves. So you've got to have some more than ordinary connection. You've got to have some superhuman love. And you've got to have some divine, supernatural revelation for you to really enjoy it. And, believe me, I'm a pastor. And I've been a pastor for a long time, almost 30 years. And I've been counseling people from all walks of life, from all countries. Believe me, I have more experience on this thing than most people you ever meet in your whole lifetime. And I tell you what, 9 out of 10 of those kind of marriages, they have issues. 9 out of 10. So only 1 out of 10 kind of do well. Now, they all do well in the first few years. I'm talking like when they are getting to my age, that's where all the struggles come in. Yeah. It's a hard truth. It's something that people don't like to talk about. But that's exactly why the problem is complex, because everybody's avoiding it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to face it. But let me tell you what, you have some pretty ladies in that Japan, so.
Oh, yes. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So think about it. Think about it. Pray about it. Now, talking about the topic we wanted to discuss today, it's more like, I'm just going to discuss with you, first of all, what we're in line of what we're talking. I'm not going to go to the topic right now, to the topic we announced. I just want to get to know you. So this topic our discussion today will be more focused on getting to know you. Don't worry, you'll come back one time. You'll come back sometime in the future to talk about my messages, okay? Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that, but I'm just talking about you first. So you've been living in Japan for 3 years.
Yes.
What have you learned? What have you discovered? What has that taught you? And what is happening? What is going through your mind?
I'm amazed that this type of culture exists. It's a completely different culture. It is just completely different.
I like the way you said it. I'm amazed this kind of culture exists.
Completely different culture. Completely different.
You are amazed that it exists even.
Yes. It is a completely different culture.
What are the things that really shocked you? A list of them.
Well, the extreme level of politeness.
Reverence.
Yes.
Honor.
Yes, the extreme level of politeness to your fellow human being. I didn't know that people do this. Wow. That shocked me about Japan. How clean it is. It is clean, like very clean. It is hard for you to find, especially in certain common areas, just clean. That really shocked me a lot. Just so many things. The language is just different, completely different. It's just it's a different world entirely.
But how come they are young people? How come their young people seem to love black people so much?
I think from what I read, they love black gospel. That's from what I said. They love black gospel music.
Basketball as
well.
well.
Yeah.
They love pop music.
Huh?
They like
yes. Yeah, they like black gospel music. But I think the black is different to them, I believe that there are more white people here than black people.
Yeah.
But black is just very unique. I think some of them have, because when they say me, they say in their language, a black man,
It's a surprise to them, huh?
Yeah, they're surprised. I don't know. I don't know if any. I'm probably to a lot of them. I'm probably the first black man they've ever seen.
Ooh.
Ever.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to know my opinion about Japan?
Yes. What's your opinion?
What did you see my messages when I was in Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched it. Yes.
You watched it? Them?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now, if you want to know my opinion about Japan, you might not like my opinion, but if you still want to know, I might say.
I know you're very.
I might say.
super controversial.
Yes, I might just say. So, do you still want me to say?
Possibilities. I still have to leave here.
Yeah.
I don't know if my friends are watching. Maybe they are watching. I don't know. Some of them are actually watching.
Well, you know, I will not go ahead until you give me the permission. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So, well, Japan is a it's a unique country in many different ways. Very unique in very different ways. And I'm thankful that you have the guts to want to try it out.
Right.
But most people that I know, after living in Japan for 5 years, they want to check out.
Yes.
Is that the same thing with you?
I'm getting to that point, yes. I'm getting to that point.
But you've tried. If you survive 3 years and you're going to 5 years, then you really tried.
Yeah.
You really tried. All right. So, what are the vision that you think you have for your life in general?
Well, I have what I have right now is that I have in my heart entrepreneurship. But to tell you that I know where to start from or how to pursue it, I went to school. A school is just another thing on its own. But where to start from, how to pursue it, I just keep searching. But I haven't pinpointed anything yet that I'm super passionate about yet.
Okay. Okay. What about if I sell you the idea of joining my team to go to build a continent where we could bring the lessons that we've learned in Europe, America, and Japan too, to create a new nation and a new people? Would that be a goal that is worthwhile enough for you to want to risk moving to Africa with me?
Okay. I'll have to walk through a lot of certain personal, because I've lived in Africa, and I'm still at this point in time. I'm still kind of hesitant.
You are still healing.
Yes.
The healing process is still going on.
Yes. But I always said I would never live there. But I realized from what in my life that never say never. And I would say
see the difference between living there and building it or changing it?
Yes. Okay, living there is different. Building it is something completely different as well. There's a part of me that wants to, but there's a part of me that is still conflicted.
Okay.
You know, because where I am right now, to be honest, I'm just living here. It's not like I'm doing anything very significant here. I'm just living here. I'm going to work, but it's not like I'm doing something worthwhile.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is, instead of just living and making a living and surviving, why don't you begin to live by doing something not just worthwhile, but something memorial, something historic, and something memorable, and something that will live for time and eternity?
Yeah.
It might not be now, and you don't have to give the answer now, but it's at a point you've got to get to a place where you have to begin to consider to live like that, live that particular life of challenging yourself to not just live, but to actually be building life and building nations or building people or building destinies or living big time, changing things. For example, now, the same challenge I'm facing, I have some friends now, right there now in the US, is a group of, is a movement of people in the US that are negotiating with me and want to get me to move to the US.
Right.
To use my knowledge and my skills and my understanding to help them reclaim the US back. But I told them I could come and help them a little bit, but my place is in Africa. I need to. I'm not going to exchange Africa for anything, because I'm feeling pain for Africa, because Africa is the most deprived of all people groups in the world, and the most deprived continent, and they don't have anything in Africa basically compared to Europe and America. So America at least has something. So you want me to come to America to help you make it even more better, and you want me to come to claim it back to God? Why don't you come with me to Africa and help me make Africa at least come to the level of Europe or America? So that's why I would not negotiate at all. I would not even consider any other thing apart from Africa. Actually, as a matter of fact, you are in Japan. There are some people who are trying to get me to come to Japan as well. And I've spoken can you believe it? I actually brought to Christ 5 senators in Japan, 5 members of parliament. I converted them to Christianity while I was there. So some of those are interested in me to come and help them in Japan as well. But I'm not going to exchange Japan for Nigeria these days, because at least I know there are a lot of work to do. I want to go to where there is trouble, where there is problem, where there is challenge. So right. in all those places, the challenges they have in Japan, America, and Europe is nothing compared to the challenges in Africa. And that is my kind of size of challenge. That's my level of challenge, and that's why Africa is my own destination. But what are your parents thinking and your siblings? What do they think about Africa? Do they just want to live in the US and stay there?
My mom is passionate about Africa, Nigeria. She's passionate about it. In fact, when you speak, I see her in you. Same type of zealousness, same type of passion, same type of resolve, a strong resolve about Nigeria at large. So, she's always trying to encourage. She tries to slip it in there, because she knows we were raised in America. What do you feel about moving back to Nigeria? What do you feel about moving to Nigeria? And I'm like, not to live there. Definitely not to live there. But I still have my green passport. I'm not giving it up, because I still believe that there's hope, and what I see now is that I see a lot of problems, and that I'm just considering it that, okay, maybe let me think about this just a little bit, just a little bit.
By the way, some people are asking, what are the routine, what are the process of getting involved with me going to Africa? If you want to go to Africa with me, if you want to join the Africa or Nigerian Transformation Project, you need to go to my blog. And my blog is Sunday Adelaja blog, sundayadelajablog.com, sundayadelajablog.com/Nigeria. And you need to register there on the form and the application there. So it's Sunday Adelaja blog, one word, sundayadelajablog.com/Nigeria. So you go there and just get yourself registered. And by the way, I also have mentorship program that's starting in February. This is for everybody from all over the world, for all nationalities, for all people groups everywhere. And this is mentorship group that is called just mentorship group. You could go to my blog as well, and sundayadelajablog.com/mentorship, or you could go to any of my Facebook page and see the banner. You'll see the banner there or the announcement about the mentorship program, and you can click on that banner and register to join the mentorship class. The mentorship class, the first mentorship class this year, will be starting in February. So go ahead and join. Now, how did you come? Tell me about your salvation experience, BJ.
I got saved in. Actually, it happened in Nigeria. I was 12, but I responded out of fear. So there was always like this, wavering back and forth. But where I really had a resolve that, okay, I'm going to try and commit myself to this, where I'm going to pursue this, where I'm going to pursue God, was freshman year college.
In New York?
In New York, yes. That's where God started dealing with my heart. And and I can't really say, there was a point in time where I said the so-called the sinner's prayer, but I knew that there was a change happening in my responsiveness towards God and the Bible and everything else.
Now, you spoke about challenges finding a job in New York, and then you wanted to live outside of New York and outside of America in general. So what is it? What is it so difficult about America and about New York that that just makes that kind of complicate life? Because there was another guy that just moved over here recently from the US. He was not from America, he was from California. And the whole thing is that just the idea of trying to find fulfillment, because America kind of seems to be like a tough call for young men to really be fulfilled, fully happy and fulfilled. Right. What is that about? How do you explain that?
With New York, it's a type of lifestyle that if you don't push, it will push against you.
That is tough.
Yeah. If you don't push, it will push against you. It's a tough life.
It's like like the survival of the fittest.
Yeah, it's survival of the fittest. A lot of hustling. Normally, a lot of people have 3 jobs to sustain themselves. That's very common in New York. 3 jobs.
My God.
4 jobs. Or they have a consistent job with a side job. That's a common trait in New York. So everybody's trying to head, and you have 8 million people all trying to get ahead. And if you don't have the thick skin to deal with everything, with all the harshness, and New York, it's not a very polite place to live too as well.
It's not Japan.
No. It's if you wanna achieve it's a battle zone. It's a battle zone. So that's how it is.
So how does a young man make it? Because this particular young man that I'm talking about was very good. He was very talented. He would be celebrated anywhere.
Right.
But in America, no way.
Wow. Was he having problems in America in general, or was he having problems
Not big problem. He was a college president. He was a basketballer. He was writing. He was, an entrepreneur. He was into entrepreneur. He was really pushing, but still finding, very competitive. He couldn't get the help he needs to really get a big break.
Big break. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens because I want to say it depends the organization that you're applying for. It's not necessarily
No. He could get a job, but exactly the problem, because he had understood that was his problem. He had understood that getting a job is killing himself, because he would just be there going to work.
Okay. So he wasn't fulfilled.
No.
Yeah. I think that's a personal one for him. He has to do some soul searching. Maybe he's not in the right line. Maybe
he just felt that there's so much in him he could do.
Right.
But just going to that particular job and be putting things, upon each other and getting salary when he had all this potential.
Right.
Like he thought it was a waste.
I'm curious, what did he do? Did he quit his job or?
Yeah, he moved to Europe.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
And a lot of people that I find like that, it's kind of tough for people to have their great break. If you want to go to a job, you can get a job and just
you can definitely get a job
and waste your life doing that. But if you want to do something with your life now, that's where the challenge is.
That is very challenging. Yes, most definitely. If you want to do something outside the system, that's challenging. Especially if you have kids and you have responsibilities and you're married, that is very challenging.
Yeah,
very challenging to break away from the system.
Yeah. So that's why I wrote that book. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called Stop Working for Uncle Sam.
For Uncle Sam.
Yeah. Stop Working for Uncle Sam. That's my own contribution in trying to set these kind of people free. And, that's one advantage that African countries have that they don't realize yet, that in Africa, the Uncle Sam, the system is not totally dominant yet. The problem in Africa is the poverty, the lack of infrastructure. But apart from that, you basically be the owner of your life if you know what you're doing, if you have what to do. The system doesn't quite tie you down as much as in the US. But for example, for you to be a US citizen and decide to go and live overseas like you are doing now, that's a big one, because you've got to think about your insurance.
Yeah.
You've got to think about your house. You've got to think about your mortgage. You've got to think about your car. You've got to think about the payment, the bills, your credit cards. And God forbid, if you go to a place, not like Japan where you are working now, but if you go to a place like where you just want to serve and you are not having income, you are dead. You are finished. You will never be able to come to the US and you have to become a cleaner or a homeless person. Those are the pressures that the Western system puts on people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get you get my point?
Yeah. That's the goal. That's the goal of everyone, to just get a nice, comfortable job. That's the goal for most people.
But they don't realize that they become a slave to the system that way. So you don't know what to do yet. You are just living in Japan right now. You don't know what to do, what you plan to do after leaving Japan.
Yes, not yet.
No idea.
No idea yet.
All right, but you have an open invitation to Nigeria.
I would have to figure out what I'm going to contribute to the team. Okay. That's what I would have to figure out. What can I contribute to the team?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any opportunity to get some of my books over there in Japan?
Yeah, I'm reading How Africans Brought Civilization to Europe.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good
one. I'm reading that one.
This is let me see if I could show books here. I don't know. Books. Let me see if I think I'll be able to do that. You're reading this one?
Yeah, that one.
How Africans brought civilization to Europe.
Civilization to Europe. Yes, I'm reading that one.
Well, since you are in a culture that is a bit different from your culture, This is another book that will really be a blessing to you. It's
monoculturalism.
Actually it's the danger of monoculturalism.
Right.
Yeah, that is the advantage of not just living in one culture, or just relating with all cultures. This one is another big one. This one will really be good for America and for New York. Why losing your job is the best thing that could happen to you. Can you believe that? Americans will find this difficult to swallow.
Yeah. That for me, that's a difficult pill to swallow. Why losing your job is the best thing that ever happened to you. Yeah.
It's like crazy, huh?
Yes.
But when you get through the book, you will be looking to lose your job. But don't read it yet if you are not ready to lose your job. Don't touch it. This is another one here. This is a good one. This one is one of the most challenging books you ever read. Anybody will ever read. It's called I Am a Person, yeah. But am I a personality?
Okay.
I'm a person, but am I a personality? Because personalities are those who make things happen. Persons are people who just exist. Then I think you should fancy this one here.
Don't eat tomorrow's food today.
Well, tell me what you think about it.
That one is
the title.
That's instant gratification. Wow. I can see like
you're absolutely right, sir.
Don't eat tomorrow's food for today.
Well, is that not the way the American culture consumerism? Is that not what it's about? Yeah. So this is to heal people of consumerism. Yeah. This will also be good for you while you're in Japan.
Yeah, this one really caught my eye when I saw it on Amazon. Discovering the purpose and callings of nations.
This will really do something for you. I bet you. If you would take the pain to go through this book, in fact, it might become one of the best books you've ever read in your life. Discovering the purpose and calling of nations. Because few people know actually that nations are actually seen as individuals, as God sees individuals, the same way He sees nations. With their own purposes, calling, and all the rest. Look at this one here. It's called Work is Better Than Vacation. Labor better than favor. You know the people who understand this concept very well, Japanese. They understand that work is better than vacation. Because they don't rest, they don't take as much vacation as Americans do, for example. They work a lot in Japan. So work is better than vacation, labor better than favor. This is a superb book for people who really want to get their priorities right in life. There's another one here. How to win in life. Because it's like it's a mystery why some people win in life and others don't. But really, there is a formula behind it. And this book is about that formula that makes you to win in life. This one is quite direct and straightforward. It's about excellence. Excellence is the diamond of life. If you could be excellent and do everything you do with excellence, you be the best quality, you deliver the best quality in everything, then you will never need to look for elevation anymore. Elevation will be looking for you. So those are some of the books that young people and the future, I'm trying to leave as a legacy for the future generation, for young people like you. How to build a secured financial future. Yep. This is very necessary for people, especially if you are going back to live in America. This is very serious. Because without it, then you're going to be working for Uncle Sam the rest of your life. Then we have this one. Raising the next generation of
Steve Jobs,
Bill Gates. Yeah. And are you science? Are you into science, technology? No?
I'm into science, but not so much science technology.
Okay. But this is just about invention, about just, coming up with ideas. This is all actually about, this book is about ideas, about how to get world-changing ideas. Then we have this one here.
Stop working for Uncle Sam.
Yeah. You see the guy there?
Yeah.
Yeah, only few people have managed to escape him. Not too many people. Then this one here, I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yeah, how to be in the hair now. Yeah, I've heard about this one, absent-mindedness.
Yeah, absent. You know exactly what it's about.
Yeah, I know this one.
Yeah, it's about absent-mindedness. Yeah. So, but one thing Africa does for you though is to deal with absent-mindedness.
Yes.
You'll be awake very fast in Africa. If education doesn't help you, hunger will help you. This is another one here. This is good for young people.
I like this one.
Yeah. No one is better than you. Yeah. This is another one. This one is the one I want my son to read right now because I gave him a challenge on his birthday. What to do with your time?
With your time.
Yeah, but this is not about time management. This is actually about life management. And then another one just as great as this one. This is how to use time as a raw materials to create greatness for yourself. It's called how to become great through time management. Then this is just for people who want to get it quick and fast. 7 tips.
7 tips to start fulfillment in life.
Yep. Then I have another one that is called Problems, Your Shortcut to Prominence.
Prominence.
Yep. Then I have this one for Christians. Pastor, face your calling. That's what some people say. They want to cage you. Yes, don't go into politics. Don't go into that. Don't go into business. So this is to help people, liberate people from the four walls of the church and from the pews and set them loose on the world and go to conquer the world and go get back, to go take it back. Everything that they feel God is called them to. What about this book? Are you familiar with this one here?
Who am I? I've seen it, but I'm familiar with it. I've seen it around.
Okay. I'm sure because it's right now one of the most popular books out there. People get it. A lot of people talk about it. People comment on it. It's really life transforming for a lot of people because people say it gives them real help. Real help. And then you have this one.
Where there is problems, there's always money.
Yeah. They go together. Do you see them like marriage partnership?
Yes.
It's like problem is married to money.
Money.
Yep. So where there is problem,
there is money.
Yeah, that's a way of you knowing. Then this one is another. This one is actually a big bestseller in America. It's used to,
Money won't make you rich.
Yeah. It's called Money Won't Make You Rich, but it's actually a book on how to become rich. Yeah, it's actually the book I used to raise 200 millionaires here in Ukraine. So, but because I don't want people to focus on money, so I call it Money Will Make You Rich so that they don't pursue money.
The Abraham of your nation.
Yeah. Could you be the Abraham of your nation? Yeah. And that is what is pushing me to want to go back to Africa. It's about legacy. It's not about survival. It's about legacy. And it's about, the future. It's about, giving birth to something bigger than you. This one, you would never believe this one. And you will never take me
serious. Yeah, I heard about this one. How Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy.
Yeah, but people don't really take me serious. I say, if you don't take me serious, you read it. Then let's talk. But after everybody reads it, they don't want to talk because they believe it.
Yeah.
Because they see the facts. And then this one.
How to make Nigeria the greatest country in the world.
It's another problem. It's another book that nobody wants to believe is possible. But don't worry about it. It might not happen in my generation, but my children are going to say it.
Mm-hmm. Where are the heroes? Let the heroes rise.
Yeah. This is about the heroes. Where are the heroes? Let the heroes arise. So these are some of the books that I've been working on. Yeah, this one is another one that.
Why you must urgently become a workaholic.
I think the Japanese know what it means.
Yeah.
They are good.
Yeah.
They are good. They are good. This is another one here.
How to become a developed nation through the dignity of labor.
This is what made Europe and America what it is. Then this one is for my country. Nigerian
economy, the way forward. Wow, so you have 3 books touching Nigeria economy from different angles.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I have another one that touches the religiosity.
Only God can save Nigeria. What a myth. I hope you speak about this. This
is to demolish the religious.
Yeah.
They don't like me for it, but they still must deal with it. They have to deal with it.
Nigeria and the leadership question.
Yeah, that's what everybody is talking about, leadership problem in Nigeria. So then I have this one there.
Life opportunity. Life is an opportunity.
Right. So these are the things I'm working on, and I want to actually write more books. By the way, I want to write more books because I think that is how to actually help people. That's one of the greatest ways to help people. So for those people who are writing right now and want to know about the books, well, what you do, you can actually read a lot of these books for free if you register on Kindle Unlimited. So if you do that, then you can read a lot of them for free, or you can buy them on Amazon. But if not, if you want to be a distributor, actually we are looking for distributors. We are looking for distributors of these books. So anywhere you are, if you see people who might be interested in reading books, write to dssbooks@gmail.com. Or if you want to buy, it's actually cheaper to buy from my office, dssbooks@gmail.com, than to buy from Amazon. So if you want to buy from my office, you could write to DSSbooks, one word, dssbooks@gmail.com. Yeah, so that will be cheaper for you than buying from Amazon. Well, BJ, you've got to come back because we didn't get to treat the topic we're talking about.
Yeah, we didn't get to treat it.
I think we've got to change this topic. I think we've got, I don't know what to call the topic. I think we should just talk. I think BJ's Life in Japan by BJ. Reality, life in Japan by BJ. Yeah, let's put BJ on the map. How are your parents feeling that you are living so far away from them?
My dad passed away this year. He passed away this year.
No, that should have been a little shock for you because I'm not sure he's too old.
Yeah, he was he died at 72. So he wasn't young, but he wasn't in my eyes, he wasn't that old either, but he passed away. I was here when it happened. So I traveled overseas. I spent 2 weeks over there, and then I came back just to finish it. Right now I'm just finishing up my contract. And that was trauma.
Is that a blow to your mom and maybe to you all?
Yes, it's a blow. It's a blow. A big blow, yes. A big blow, yes. A big blow.
Especially if you are saying to you it's not old. So it means you really expected him to be.
Yeah, because he financed my trip over here.
Wow.
Wow, he financed my trip over here.
How come at 70?
He struggled with he struggled with diabetes and just a lot of stroke.
Yeah, but how come he was able to sponsor you?
3 years. 3 years. He's what I 3 years. I'm trying to find the words. 3 years ago, he sponsored me to come here.
Yeah, but how come at his age and with all those challenges?
I don't know. He found a way. He found a way. Yeah. He always finds a way. He finds a way. So he found a way.
Let me tell you what really pained me when I lost my grandma, because she was my mom and dad.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you my real pain?
Yeah, what was your pain?
My pain was that that woman, she did all these things for me, and I never really got to the time and opportunity to repay her back. She died when I had not really. Yeah. I don't think I was able to say thank you to her the way I would have liked to. I was having in my mind some dream, some big vision of what to really do for her to make her happy, something that nobody has done for her before. But she died. That was my biggest pain. So when you think of your dad dying so early, what do you think is your biggest pain?
Similar. Because I had hoped that I would marry, he would see me, with my kids. I had hoped he would see the fruit of his labor. But, I mean, here we are. So that was a blow to me. I mean, I'm healing from that. But at the time it happened, there was just a lot of feelings, anger mixed with regret, mixed with just so much, emotions. So that was my regret, that he could not see the fruit of his labor from father to son. So that pained me. That pained me during that time.
I guess the lesson in all this is to actually let all of us know, especially those who still have their parents around, for them to actually do their best to be grateful anyhow they can while these old people are still here. I mean, just expressing that gratitude, maybe in a little touch, smile, honor, respect, good words, embrace. Just not wait till you are big or till you are able to be hugely successful, but try to be grateful with any little thing you can afford to. Giving your best while you can, with the very little things you have right now, even, because the problem is when we wait to be able to afford it, and then they die before you could. So I guess the ability to show that appreciation on daily basis, on regular basis, might be the greatest compensation, you know, to rather than waiting till you will do one big thing and then they are no more there to receive it.
To receive it.
Mm-hmm. But your mom she will actually be grieving actually.
Yes, she is. She is. She's a strong woman, but she's grieving. She is. She's grieving. Because it wasn't like it just happened, boom. He was sick for, went through in and out, stroke. He'll get healthy, stroke, all of that. So it is. We didn't expect him to go, but we didn't want him to go, but, it happened. So, yeah, she is.
Yeah. But the good thing, though, is that all of you are grown-ups, right? When this happened.
Yes, we're grown-ups. We're grown-ups. So, we're not kids, so. But, yeah, we're grown-ups.
Yeah. And none of you was married?
I have an older sister that's married, but there's still three of us that we're not married yet.
Yeah.
So
well, Bejay, it's nice to get to know you. Do you ever consider coming to Ukraine anytime?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm looking forward to it. I want to come. You have one in April.
Yeah. One in April. I might have another one in July.
In July. Okay. I think that's the one I probably might come to, the one in July. The one in July.
Because April is pretty close.
Right.
But if you can make it, why not? So let us know. If you can make it in April, good. If not, then you do it in July.
July.
Yeah. That should be a different experience for you.
Yes. I called one time. I said I need to see it.
Yeah.
And I do need to see it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You've been a very great conversationalist. And it's been nice and great talking to you. I'll be back in the next 30 minutes. We have the next program in half an hour. So I hope you'll be there. I hope you'll be able to make it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you, Bejay.
God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Blessings. Bye.